My name is Greg Parencoast. I served in Costa Rica from 85 to 87.
My name is Terry Stark. I was in Costa Rica from 1986 to 1989, and in a housing project. I helped with a housing project in the town of San Marcos de Tarrazú, which is in the Zona de los Santos, because there's San Marcos and there's Santa Ana and there's Santa Maria and a whole lot of towns beginning with Saint this and Saint that.
I'm Shelley Hubman. I served in Costa Rica, 1988 to 1990, and I lived in Orotina. It was 2 hours from San Jose. I remember running out of money and hitchhiking, and a woman walking by me, taking me home to her house, which was on an island. Actually, we had to take a small rowboat over to this island, and she took me home for the night and put me up. And she was extremely poor. Her husband was a coconut picker. He shimmied up trees to pick coconuts for a living, and they had 5 children. And they took a mattress out from their bed and put it on the floor and tucked me in and fed me. And
Hi, my name's Katie Kreichelt, and I was a Peace Corps volunteer in Costa Rica from 2004 to 2006. And I'll tell you kind of a funny story. At the time it wasn't funny, but in retrospect it's pretty funny. At the time it was pretty scary. I had been there for probably about a year and a half. I was coming towards the end of my service, and I was sitting on my couch in my living room, and I felt something crawling on my arm. And so I just brushed it off my arm and, kept talking to my friend. And then I look over and there's a giant bug on the wall next to me. And I realized that that was on my arm. And I panicked and I jumped out of the chair, fell down, and broke my foot. So I lived in a little village that was a boat ride and 2 bus rides away from the capital. And so I actually had to hop my way to the boat, and then hop my way to the bus, and then hop my way to the other bus, and then hop my way to a taxi and take a taxi to get the x-ray. And after I got the x-ray, they said, "Your foot's definitely broken. You need to go 3 blocks down the street to get the cast." And then I had to hop my way down the street to get the cast. And I did, and everything worked out fine. My foot is fine now.
My name is Byron Ripley. I served in Peace Corps in Costa Rica from 2007 to 2009. In Costa Rica, we did rural community development, worked with the school and different health organizations locally.
My name is Jordan Ripley, and I served with my husband Byron Ripley in Costa Rica from 2007 to 2009. And there we taught English and worked with the elementary school and various projects there.
My name is Marcella Trask, and I served in Costa Rica from 2007 to 2009, and I was a rural community development volunteer. And some of the things that I worked on, well, I lived in Garavito, which is about an hour from Ciudad Quesada, and
Davidson. I am a returned Peace Corps volunteer, Costa Rica, 2008 to 2010. One of the most impactful things for me was just staying with a host family, making those personal connections. Still speak with them to this day. They're a second family to me. It's amazing how you can adopt a culture that's not your own, but you make it your own. Another language that's not your own, but you make it your own, and you really become bicultural. And it was a really amazing experience, and I'd love to go back.
I was in Costa Rica from 2008 to 2010. During our training, we stayed with a host family in a town not so far from the capital city of San Jose. And my first week there, I had a complete phobia of cockroaches and bugs. And I knew I was going to have to deal with it, but I didn't realize how quickly. And so I was sitting on my bed reading one of my Peace Corps manuals to study for some class we had the next day, and I saw all of these cockroaches scurrying across the floor. It was a ceramic floor, and they were just running. And I couldn't figure out why, and I'm looking and I was horrified and I was super tense and on my bed in a little ball. And then the ants started coming. So it started totally unorganized. Ants just started coming under the door by the thousands, the millions. And within about 5 minutes, they were organized. They were in 4 rows and they were cleaning up everything. And any cockroach that wasn't smart enough to go running the first time got picked up and carried out by the ants. But that actually became a pretty normal occurrence, and in the end I could comfortably shower with cockroaches. And
how did you get out of the way of the ants yourself?
I stayed on the bed.
On the bed?
I screamed. My host family walked in the door. They laughed at me. They did nothing to help me. They just laughed. They're like, oh, this happens.
Hi, my name is Casey Martinez. I served as a Peace Corps volunteer in Costa Rica from 2008 to 2010. I was in youth development, the youth development program there. One of my fondest memories is I actually coached a youth boxing program. And, you know, the kids I worked with were kind of from the wrong side of the tracks, kind of looked down upon. Our program was kind of looked down upon. And one day we had a big boxing tournament in the middle of the town, and the whole town came out to cheer for our team and for our boys. And it was just a big point of pride for me, and especially I was just very proud of them to see them finally gain some respect from their community. Thank you.
My name is Blake Henderson. I was a Peace Corps volunteer in Costa Rica from 2008 to 2010 in the small town of San Cristobal Norte, small coffee growing town. And
Josh Kagan. I served in Costa Rica from 2008 to 2010, and I was in the south central part of the country in a town called Los Angeles de Paramo of about 240 people. The nearest city was San Isidro, which is about a 6-hour hike. I think the thing that struck me the most about my experience was how much the town wanted to get out of my time there. It wasn't just that I was there and I had my agenda and I was the one trying to get everything going. It was, you know, they really wanted to maximize what I could do for them, and they were motivated and they were hardworking and they were really inspirational. So to me, I think to the extent that I was able to accomplish some things during my service, it's really a reflection of the town themselves and how much they were willing to put into me and to believe in me as a person.